G'day and welcome back. Long time no see, haven't made a video for a long time. As you can see from the title, which is why do audiophiles hate on multi-channel music so much, and especially the new Dolby Atmos, which Apple Music has. We'll get to that a bit later, but I thought I'd share a few of my latest Dolby Atmos finds in Apple Music and give you a bit of a rundown there. So these are probably the last dozen or so that I've added to the playlist. Yeah, we've got Cool in the Gang Celebration. That's a definite highlight. That's one to check out. Eric Clapton Live. That's very good. That's just more like a live DVD that you would see or hear. Salt and Pepper, not the greatest. Now these are interesting. There's a whole slew of not older, but from the early 70s rock releases, or all sorts of releases to be honest with you, but they're the quad. So back in the early 70s, quad LPs. So that was 4 channels, 4 speakers around you. So they pretty much have been just directly converted to Apple Music, and they do actually sound very good. They're not Dolby Atmos. They're just your 5.1 bed channels, which means the floor channels or around the room. Yeah, Counting Crows, not too bad. Chicago, a little bit underwhelmed by that. The Doors, of course, is excellent. Yeah, Uncrowded Plant. Jackson's here. Jackson's 5. That's a very good release. Worth hearing. Bob Marley. That's probably one of the best on here. That's excellent. The Beatles, Eleanor Rigby, probably the pick out of the best of the Beatles. Their later releases are much better, of course, better recorded, as you could imagine. Sheryl Crow, Strong Enough. Yeah, there's a whole album full of the Sheryl Crow stuff, which is very good. Because she's got a documentary coming out, they've released pretty much a greatest hits package in Dolby Atmos, so that's worth checking out. Avril Lavigne. This is actually very good. You probably remember her from the early 2000s. Songs like Skater Boy, but this is probably the pick of them. Wolf Mother, Jack and the Thief. Pretty loud, heavy rock track, as you could imagine. Not a great deal of surround or Atmos in there. Now this one is excellent. Gloria Gaynor, I Will Survive. That's well worth checking out. That's got heaps of surround and Atmos stuff going on. Bryan Adams, okay. That's yeah. Excuse me. Ike Tina Turner, not too bad. This is one of the newer releases, which is excellent. David Bowie, Space Oddity. That's where you hear the countdown to the rocket in the song, if you can remember. That goes all around the room and through the Atmos speakers. These are also some very new ones. Now this is actually the whole album should be coming out in a couple of days actually, but they just released 2 tracks. The Beach Boys, of course, Shut Down and Good Vibrations. Good Vibrations being the pick, as it's of course is a bit later and it's better recorded. Roxette. Now we've got 2 tracks from the Look Sharp album. When you listen to them, they're not too bad. Not great. But then you go to It Must Have Been Love and Joyro from later albums, and they are superb, top notch, much better recorded than the tracks on Open Your Heart. So yep, so excellent stuff there. So now we'll go to the topic of the day. Okay, so first we have Mr. Steve Guttenberg, who talks about Dolby Atmos. Now it's fair enough that Steve's not too adversed in surround music, and he does state that he's clearly or mostly a 2-channel person. So I suppose it's hard just to review something which you don't really have a preference for, and especially if you're even not set up for it, which he's not. He's only got a 2-channel setup from where he reviews from, but he does go to a friend's place and reviews some Dolby Atmos tracks there. But as you'll see, it's not really a true setup, is it? It's got the speakers that go on top of other speakers, which bounce the sound up to the roof and then back down to you and to the walls and back to you. So as we all know, if you're an enthusiast and about surround music, you really know that you need the speakers exactly where the sound should come from. So with Dolby Atmos, the speakers must be above your head. So here's he demonstrating the quad system that was around in the 70s, but we've definitely progressed a long way from there. Now he does state that he's very impressed with tracks like Riders on the Storm by the Doors, which we all are, of course, because you've got the rain effect around you and then coming down on top. But I agree with him that he would feel underwhelmed by the experience because he hasn't got a true setup listening to it. Now I'm sure he would know some people being in the industry, even all the shows he goes to, there should be a room set up somewhere where it's a proper setup, or he'll go to a hi-fi store where there is a proper Dolby Atmos setup and then spend a couple of hours in there listening to it. And then it might be fair enough to give a fair assessment. But yeah, he goes through all the old systems, the Dolby Pro Logic 2s, and which we know was never great. With it's nowhere near the level of Dolby Atmos, so it's a little bit unfair, I think. So now we'll move on to Mr. John Darko. Now I was sort of expecting a lot more from John. When I saw this video uploaded, I was pretty excited he would give it a really good justice to it. But he really is reviewing a Sonos Arc, which is a soundbar. But then he goes ahead and reviews Dolby Atmos on a soundbar, and he feels a bit underwhelmed. Well, yeah, duh, you would, wouldn't you? So very disappointed that he's gone down this road. Actually, probably Steve Guttenberg's a better example of a better review, even though that wasn't great. But I don't know how you can give a true assessment of a surround sound music playback on a soundbar. Just, I'm struggling to find words, to be honest with you, why you would even do that. But you can watch the video for yourself. Amazing. But anyway, so that's probably the reason why audiophiles just don't get surround music. They never have a proper setup to take full advantage. They give true justice to two-channel music. They will buy the absolute best gear, as you know, the best cables, power conditioners, feet for the speakers, gold plate of this, silver plate of that, whatever. And so they really do put a lot of time and effort into their two-channel systems. But then they try out surround music and they'll get a soundbar or some speakers that bounce the sound all around the room. Come on. Let's try and do this right, eh? I'm sure if they had a proper setup, they would really have a different opinion on it. So hopefully this video sort of triggers them into at least finding somewhere where they can go to get a true assessment and get a better feel for it. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll get stuck into some more videos and upload some more. I really want to stick to this format of reviewing Dolby Atmos music and multi-channel music, and we'll catch you later. Bye.